Good evening to you, and thank you for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Shelby Coates. An argument that unfolded on social media leads to a murder-suicide investigation that started in Emmanuel County and ended in Wayne County. The viral exchange and the investigation now shining a light on domestic violence. WTOC's Lindsay Stanger joining us now in studio. And Lindsay, what have you learned about Saturday's murder-suicide in Twin City, Georgia?
Well, Shelby, the GBI is now handling this investigation. And again, it's gone viral. And that's why the story took an even darker turn after people learned that this married couple they were watching fight on Facebook just died hours later.
Don't worry about, baby. Did you not hit the damn girl baby daddy up? Kojak.
You a liar.
Did you not?
Okay,
then shut the fuck up. So.
Goddamn, stop spraying my name because she trying to get in the field. That's what the fuck I said.
So. She always, oh, you spraying my name. So if why should a motherfucker even got to have that ammo to say that you're out here fucking? Now y'all know I'm not from no swing. I don't know these folk around here. And I don't kick it. You know what I'm saying? So niggas ain't finna just got.
Imagine tuning into a live stream and hearing a mother's voice, raw with fear, pleading for help. Thousands watched as tension escalated. But then, the video suddenly went dark. What happened next remains a haunting mystery to many. One chilling line still echoes, "If I get off this live, you ain't gonna make it out the door." Zarya's response, barely audible, was laced with fear. "What, you about to stab me?" Those words stopped viewers in their tracks, signaling something far more serious than an ordinary argument. Who was the woman behind the screen? What became of her after the live abruptly ended? Before we get into this story, I want to ask, have you ever witnessed a live stream where someone seemed to be in danger? Drop a broken heart in the comments if you've ever seen a cry for help online. If you've ever come across a live stream that made your heart sink. If you've ever seen someone in danger and weren't sure what to do. Drop a broken heart in the comments. And let us know, where are you watching from tonight? Because this time, the signs were there. And the world was watching. Welcome to Dark Trace Crime Stories. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. And to all our returning viewers, your support means everything. If you're ready to uncover the truth behind real cases like Zarya's, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an update. Now, let's uncover the truth behind this story.
Then
I swear you'll die.
Then I gotta die like that. You told my shit.
Damn, bitch.
Give me my
I
phone.
gotta die if I tell what happened.
Give me my phone.
That's crazy, y'all. I ain't really gonna die behind this, all y'all won't know that tea right now.
Give me my phone.
Mark done got quiet. Where he at? He right here. He getting mad. He don't like the truth coming out. I ain't get to tell about Udi. Then
Zarya Cadakar was more than a name in the headlines. She was a mother, a daughter, and a young woman who had found a voice and a following by sharing the beauty and messiness of everyday life. Born in 1997 and raised in the tight-knit community of Twin City, Georgia, Zarya had a warmth that drew people in. Her presence on social media felt unfiltered and real. Known online as Dutchess Dior, she built an audience of over 30,000 followers who came to see her as a kind of digital sister, open, relatable, and emotionally honest. Her content wasn't about perfection. It was about showing up as she was. Her posts captured the daily chaos of parenting, the sweetness of her children's laughter, and the difficult moments too, moments of exhaustion, frustration, and uncertainty. She shared glimpses of motherhood that resonated with thousands of women balancing joy and survival. Offline, Zarya was navigating life as a young wife and mother. She and her husband, Shamarcus Jamilkar, known online as the Frenchman, had built a family together. They were raising a toddler son and had recently welcomed a baby girl in November 2024. Zarya and Shamarcus often went live together, broadcasting what began as candid conversations but frequently devolved into chaos. Heated arguments, accusations, public fights that left followers shaken. Still, Zarya remained loyal, forgiving, often blaming herself. There were signs. She voiced frustration, weariness, and pain. On June 14th, just hours before she was killed, she wrote, "I really don't know what to do, but I need help before I lose my life or freedom. My kids need me." That wasn't content. That was a cry. And it came from a woman who had spent years trying to survive in the middle of something that the world only half understood. Zarya lived in public view, but died in a way no one should. She wanted love. She built a family. She shared her truth. And now, 2 young children are left to grow up with only fragments of her voice, old posts, archived live streams, a memory digitized too soon. To her followers, Zarya Cadakar was known for keeping it real. But not even her most loyal viewers could have predicted just how serious things had become behind the camera. At first, the couple's live streams seemed like raw glimpses into a passionate, complicated marriage. But what some viewers dismissed as ordinary relationship drama soon became something darker. Their arguments weren't just frequent. They were aggressive and deeply personal. Insults were thrown back and forth in front of thousands. Accusations flew. Tension simmered just beneath the surface, often boiling over into verbal assaults that made many watching deeply uncomfortable. What should have been private disputes played out in the most public way possible. And as more people tuned in, some began to worry. This wasn't just content, it was chaos. Zarya rarely fought back with the same intensity. She often stayed quiet, shaking her head, trying to steer the conversation away from confrontation. But her eyes, tired, watchful, told their own story. Then came June 14th. That day, Zarya made a series of online posts that no one can now forget. "I really be too loving and too forgiving. I'm a good woman, but to the wrong boy," she wrote. Later that same day, the post that now rings with unbearable weight. "I really don't know what to do, but I need help before I lose my life or freedom. My kids need me." It was more than frustration. It was desperation. The signs were visible. Her voice was cracking. She wasn't just venting. She was warning. And in hindsight, it was all there. A woman trying to hold her family together, but quietly bracing for it to fall apart. The tension between her and Shamarcus had reached a point where even viewers, who once laughed along or commented casually, began expressing concern. What if something happened? What if one of these live streams didn't end with the usual fade to black? That moment was coming, and no one would be able to scroll past it. Have you ever seen a live stream that made your stomach turn? Would you have called for help if you saw this one? Let us know in the comments. What would you have done if you were watching that night? For those who did watch, the live stream later that evening wouldn't just confirm their fears. It would leave them haunted. Zarya had been telling the world. One post, one video, one moment at a time. She was drowning in plain sight. By the afternoon of June 14th, Zarya Cadakar had already made 2 alarming posts. One reflected years of emotional wear. "I really be too loving and too forgiving. I'm a good woman, but to the wrong boy." The other, just hours before her death, struck deeper. "I really don't know what to do, but I need help before I lose my life or freedom. My kids need me." It was the kind of post that lingers with you. Urgent, raw, pleading. Then came the live stream. Around 6 p.m., Zarya and Shamarcus went live once again from their Twin City, Georgia home. To some, it might have seemed like just another round of chaotic bickering. But this time, the energy was different. It started quickly. Shamarcus's voice came in fast, heated. He accused Zarya of being unfaithful. He shouted about sexually transmitted diseases. He blamed her for everything he felt had gone wrong. Zarya barely had time to respond. Then came the words that silenced every viewer watching. "If I get off this live, you ain't gonna make it out the door." Zarya's voice was unsteady, tense, fearful. "What, you about to stab me?" And then silence. The video cut to black. The live stream ended abruptly, with no explanation, no follow-up. It left a digital void heavy with dread. Viewers began posting frantically. "Is she okay? Did anyone call the police? Was that real?" For those who had followed the couple's relationship, this wasn't the first explosive broadcast. But something about this one felt final. Something about this one felt real. The hours that followed confirmed every nightmare. At around 9:30 p.m., Twin City police were dispatched to the car's residence on the 100 block of Fifth Avenue after neighbors reported a domestic disturbance. Officers arrived alongside personnel from the Emmanuel County Sheriff's Office and Emergency Medical Services. Inside the home, they found Zarya unconscious. She had suffered devastating injuries. Though early reports mentioned the possibility of a stabbing, an autopsy would later confirm the truth. Zarya had been shot. Multiple fatal gunshot wounds. She was pronounced dead at the scene. By the time authorities arrived, Shaw Marcus was gone. So, was Zarya's 2021 Dodge Challenger. The live stream that had cut to black now came into chilling focus. It had broadcast the final moments of Zarya's life. A young mother, fearing for her safety, asking for help online, then silenced, on camera, in front of thousands. That night, across Facebook and other platforms, her followers began to realize what had happened. There were no more updates from Zarya. No new stories. No posts. Just a blackout. And then the reports started coming in. The live had not ended with another emotional outburst, like so many others. It had ended with a death. People who had once commented with heart emojis or jokes now returned in horror. The same viewers who had once watched the couple argue online now realized they had witnessed a crime unfold in real time. It wasn't just heartbreaking. It was irreversible. The woman they'd followed for years had died in front of them, and they hadn't known until it was too late. This moment wasn't just the end of a live stream. It was the end of a life, and the beginning of a tragedy that would soon leave two children without a mother or a father.
After all that, after all that, I went and got down. I went in there trying to get her. I went and called to pay the girl to get a reversal. I tried to get a reversal. So when I got done went to get the damn reversal and shit, you know what I'm saying? She got down be getting mad. Don't want me to do, oh, you ain't gonna do this and do that. What the fuck else I supposed to do? You cry, complain about me being broke, but you don't want me to goddamn get right. I ain't never been no broke nigga. I always got money. When I met you, bitch, I had money. You see what I'm saying? As soon as this hoe came in my life, everything went down here. Everything. So here it is. The folks told me, every time I get some money, I lose it. I ain't even got a gambling. Everybody know I gamble. I ain't even got a gambling. So boom, when they went to hey, okay.
You press that button, say he in your search history every fucking day. The same shit with Quan. That was a lie about what he said about the shit with Quan. You snow through that snowball at the glass at the screen door while I was recording.
By the time officers arrived at Zarya Cadakar's home around 9:30 p.m., her body was already still. She had been shot multiple times. The house was silent. Her phone lay discarded. Her children were safe, but left in a home forever changed. And her husband, Shaw Marcus' car, was gone. So was Zarya's 2021 Dodge Challenger. Authorities acted quickly. An alert was issued for the missing car and its driver. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Twin City Police Department, and Emmanuel County Sheriff's Office joined forces to locate him. Just before 11 p.m., barely an hour and a half after Zarya's death, deputies from Wayne County located the vehicle. What they didn't know was that Shaw Marcus wasn't preparing to run any farther. Inside the car, as law enforcement moved in, Shaw Marcus turned the gun on himself. One shot. Self-inflicted. He was rushed to a nearby hospital in critical condition. But within hours, he was gone. The man who just moments earlier had threatened Zarya on Facebook Live, the father of her two children, was now dead by his own hand. With both Zarya and Shaw Marcus gone, investigators split their efforts. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation took over the homicide case. Meanwhile, Wayne County authorities focused on the events leading up to Shaw Marcus's suicide. Together, their work would paint a devastating picture, one that the live stream had only hinted at. But outside the official paperwork, something even heavier began to settle. Zarya's children, her toddler son and infant daughter born just months earlier, were now without parents. 2 lives had been lost in one night. 2 more had been permanently altered. The community reaction was immediate. Grief, anger, shock. People who had watched the live stream flooded the comment sections with disbelief and regret. Some had thought the argument would blow over, like so many others before it. Others admitted they had wanted to intervene, but didn't know how. A follower wrote, "I saw the live. I didn't think it would come to this. I wish I said something. I wish someone had stepped in." The mourning spread far beyond Twin City. Zarya's story was shared across the country. Domestic violence advocates, mothers, influencers, and everyday viewers raised her name, called for change, and demanded answers from platforms that allowed such danger to play out in real time. Facebook posts turned into digital memorials. Zarya's page was flooded with tributes. People posted photos, quotes from her live streams, and heartbreaking prayers for her children. But the comments that echoed loudest were the ones asking, "How did this happen in front of all of us?" Zarya had tried to speak out. She had asked for help. She had posted her fears, clearly, publicly. And still, it ended this way. The aftermath wasn't just about loss. It was about reckoning. 2 children were left without a family. A mother's final cries had gone unanswered. A live audience had witnessed the beginning of the end. And now an entire community and thousands of followers were left to grapple with the fact that it hadn't been a performance. It had been a warning, one that came too late. Zarya Cadakar was more than just Dutchess Dior, the online persona with thousands of followers. She was a devoted mother, a loving daughter, and a friend to many who knew her beyond the screen. Her story is not just a tragic headline. It is a heartbreaking reminder of cries for help that went unheard until it was too late. Despite her openness, despite the pleas broadcast live to thousands, Zarya's fate was sealed in a moment of devastating violence. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation continues to probe her homicide, while Wayne County officials finalize details surrounding Shamarcus Carr's suicide. These investigations aim to bring clarity and justice, but cannot undo the profound loss left behind. Zarya's life ended far too soon, but her story doesn't have to. If you or someone you know is in danger, don't wait. Act now. Let her final plea become a wake-up call for us all. Her story echoes a vital truth. When a person reaches out, whether through a screen or in person, their pain is real, their need urgent. Silence or hesitation can cost lives. As we close this chapter, let Zarya's legacy be a call to listen deeply, to take action, and to protect those whose voices are at risk of fading away. This wasn't just a crime. It was a live-streamed cry for help that ended in silence. May we honor her memory by ensuring no cry goes ignored again. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe to Dark Trace Crime Stories for more real-life cases and crucial lessons that could save lives. Like this video and share it to raise awareness about the signs of domestic violence and the importance of speaking up. Together, we can help protect those in danger and ensure that voices like Zarya's are never silenced again.